YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with my NFL Week 5 locks. Doing this video every single week, going through straight up locks of the week, spread locks, over-unders, and upsets of the week. And we actually have extra content available on our Patreon, as you can see on the screen. Our very own Junior, defending picks champion, is getting his score predictions up on the Patreon. So you see my score predictions here on YouTube already up, and then which is already up on the Patreon. You see Junior's score predictions, so you kind of compare, see if things match up. If you want to put any money on the game, so that'll be up on the Patreon every week. If you are part of that tier, getting Junior score predictions, you also get updated playoff predictions and updated mock drafts every week. Those are both on the Patreon as well for this week. To find out more and what else you will get, go to patreon.com/thegoathouse, link in the description. Worth a look. But for the Week 5 locks here, we got straight up, for the straight up locks, we got the Patriots and the Eagles. I mean, pretty obvious choice here. The Patriots, both the Patriots and Eagles got to be locks. I lost my first straight up game last week. I tried to think outside the box, not try to, pick just one every week and take the easiest one. So I went with the Rams last week, and they blew it to the Buccaneers. They gave up 55 points. So that was my first straight up loss of the year. But Patriots and Eagles, we would think would be pretty clear cuts for both of them to win. You never know in today's NFL, though. We will see. But those are my two straight up locks. And then we got the Patriots again, minus 15.5. And this one's a little risky because a couple weeks ago I wanted the Patriots as a spread lock. I had the Patriots as a spread lock against the Jets, and the Jets scored two fluky touchdowns. One on special teams, one a pick six on the backup, Stidham. So something like that can happen again. Stidham could come in maybe. But I don't see, there's really no reason why they shouldn't win by more than this. I think the Patriots, just knowing Tom Brady too, he's got to be mad about last week. They won, but he played pretty bad, honestly, against good Bills defense. So they could come out firing. I think they can, really early, rack up the points. And against this defense, I don't think the Redskins are really scoring much at all. You can check out my score predictions, and then Junior's score predictions has the Patriots winning by even more. So a little more confident there. 15.5. Obviously, I feel much more confident if it was at 14. But 15.5, I'm seeing a big win. I don't really see why not. Another one, I like the Ravens -3. Could be a good game because it's a division rival game. It's in Pittsburgh. Maybe the Steelers got a little hot after the Bengals win. Maybe they figured something out. But I don't see the Ravens losing 3 straight. I also seen them win by a touchdown, at least. I think this defense is good enough. They didn't look too good against the Browns, but I think they bounced back. You can't base things off 1 week. And, they're a little weak on the edge, the Ravens, that is, on the defense side of the ball. And the Steelers don't really have the best edge presence, whether it's, in the passing game or the running game, outside, I should say. So I like the Ravens. I think their defense should be okay here, and I think the offense will get going as well. I know the Steelers' game plan, their factor on defense is the pass rush, and I don't think that'll phase Lamar Jackson too much. They could make some noise there, but I like the Ravens here bouncing back and winning by more than 3 points. Another one, I like the Falcons +5.5. I do have the Texans winning, but I just don't see this being more than 4. The Falcons could win this game. It's a tough game to pick straight up, really. I did pick the Texans, but I think a close game. I think the Falcons can move the ball on them. And really, when you play the Texans got a good offense, and when you play them, you don't really have to game plan against the run. You don't really have to worry about stopping the run. You can focus on, just the passing game, and that makes it harder for the Texans. So I think this game stays close. A little riskier one than the other two I just talked about, but I think the Texans win, but I think the Falcons can keep it close here with a good game plan. For over-unders, I feel like I got the Titans up here all the time, but Bills-Titans, under 39, definitely under. 2 top defenses here. I mean, the Bills defense held the Patriots to 16 points, so you would think they can hold the Titans to somewhere around there, and they got little room to spare. And the Titans defense, very solid defense, and you got the injury at quarterback, which even if Josh Allen does play, I still don't expect a whole bunch. I do like the Titans defense, so this is going to be a defensive battle. I don't really see defenses maybe scoring that much. Maybe a touchdown from a defense here. but it's mainly just lockdown defenses. So under 39 is what I'm predicting. Again, you can check out my score prediction here on YouTube and then Junior's on Patreon to kind of compare and look at the scores and see if it's worth putting money on the line, looking at the line and the over-under in that way. So it helps a bunch. And then another over-under, I got an under here, 47.5 for Cardinals and Bengals. The Bengals, Cordy Glenn's about to be out, and the offensive line's pretty beat up. And then you got the Cardinals over there with a guy like Chandler Jones and a decent pass rush otherwise. The Bengals have been struggling to score too. Now John Ross is hurt. There's not going to be a whole bunch of offense for the Bengals. I think what the offense will be, where it will be good, is Joe Mixon. But that's going to run the clock. You're not going to score a whole bunch. You can win a game with the run being a factor. You're not going to score a whole bunch of points like that. And the Cardinals side, I think they can get moving on offense a little bit. They're not going to score anything, crazy in terms of points. A lot of young defenders on this Bengals team that they struggle at times. They're pretty solid, but maybe they're a little more familiar since they're young and talented, a little more familiar with this Kyler Murray offense. So that could be a factor too. I just don't see it getting. I think it can get close. I just don't see it going over 47.5 here. I don't see a bunch of points, mainly from the Bengals side, but really either side. And then my upsets of the week, one we just talked about right there, I got the Cardinals winning in Cincinnati. It's a toss-up, but I do have the Cardinals winning. Cincinnati having no John Ross, no Cordy Glenn. Like I said, the factor could be, the pass rush. Chandler Jones getting after Andy Dalton, but the factor for the Bengals could be the run game. Joe Mixon can run wild in this game. But in terms of the line, the Bengals are favored by 3, so the Cardinals an upset. And I have the Jags winning. Another one I'm scratching away. And I'm picking the Panthers if Gardner Minshew does not play, but I think he'll play. He was limited in practice. It's another one of those toss-ups, but I do have the Jags winning straight up, and the Panthers are favorites. So the Jags would be considered upset. I like their defense in this game. The Panthers haven't, even though they've been playing good, they haven't seen a defense like the Jags. And, the Jags actually present a challenge for the Panthers defense. I think actually unlike the Texans have more throwing power, but like I mentioned earlier, they have no running game. So the Panthers really had a great game plan just to stop the pass against the Texans. You may have to fear the run a little bit against Leonard Fournette, which could open up the passing game. Not that I think the Jags will score a bunch of points, but that just could be the edge, the difference here. So those are my upsets. Again, check out the Patreon for more content, all kinds of content on there. Link in the description, just worth checking into to see what you can get. That's going to do it for this one. Plenty more videos on the channel and plenty more to come. We got recaps, power rankings, predictions, score predictions, college football content, plenty more all year long. So please subscribe, click the like button, turn notifications on. That's going to do it for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.